Hi, we're Metronomy.
Bonjour, tout le monde.
See that girl, she's taking my breath away. Yeah, what's her name? She's taking my breath away.
The first record didn't have any of us singing on it at all.
Yeah.
It was one song and it was a guest vocal kind of. It was a girl singing. And now there's lots of lead vocals from Joe.
Yeah.
There's lots of backing vocals. That's much more
Lush.
kind of lush, but it's also much more kind of personal, I suppose, in a way. And like it's about us or it's about Joe's experiences or songwriting or whatever. And yeah, it's like it's much more kind of represents what we do now live, you know, on stage and things. So.
I think it's fun. I think it's kind of. I think the biggest kind of challenge is getting used to your own voice, like singing and kind of being comfortable. And like before the vocals that ended up on the record, there were kind of so many different takes that I did of them, and kind of would live with them for a week and then be like, this is horrible. And so it's quite nice, I think, to feel like not like confidence with the wrong word, but feel happy with the way that you, like comfortable with the way that you sing, because I never did before.
So is that something that you had to learn, or where does the will to sing now come from? Like all of a sudden you say, oh no, yeah, I'd like to sing then.
That's just what it is. It was kind of, because the first record is instrumentals, but I think had I been confident enough to sing or just wanted to do that kind of thing, then it would have happened. But it wasn't like waking up one morning and being like, I'm bored, I want to sing. It was just, I guess when you write, when you're learning to write songs, you can't help but that may come into your head and be a part of it sometimes, I think.
Yeah.
And when you run out of ideas, just whack a few vocals on it. That's mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was I guess the main kind of like concept was to actually just make a complete album, and something which was, because the first record was done in it was more like collecting songs that had been written, and this one I wanted it to be kind of written specifically for the album, and then I think kind of the way that the concept came into it was just that it was kind of more about our experiences of kind of playing in clubs and being in London and that kind of thing. And I mean, and it was originally going to be a bit more of a kind of, you know, concept.
With a narrative, with a strong narrative, but then it just kind of fizzled out. So it's a loose concept.
Yeah, it's not necessarily supposed to be that, you know, that the record starts at 6 in the evening and finishes at like 3, 4 in the morning. It's more, I think it's more that all the songs kind of could fit into the same place or in scenario kind of thing. But yeah, like I said, it was, you know, it was perhaps going to be more kind of like you're getting drunker, but I guess it's more like, I kind of think it makes more sense if it's like a weekend or something like that. But then there's like,
well, the album does finish with you making a cup of tea.
Yes.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's the very last sound on the album is the kettle being boiled.
Oh, is it?
Which is Joe's kettle in his old house in Hackney, and making a cup of tea at the end of the night.
Nice.
And then going to bed.
Well, then it could be the morning. It could be the morning. It could be
Probably more the morning.
We drink tea all day, any time of day.
Actually, it's kind of one of the first kind of vocal ones that was done for the album, and it's supposed to be about kind of relationships between men like us, and how you know if someone gets involved in kind of like a bad relationship with a girl, they kind of end up offloading all of the bad stuff onto their friends.
Yeah.
And the friend is kind of just saying, "You're ruining our relationship. Dump the girl."
Men's advice.
Yeah.
Always good advice.
Well, no, it could work both ways.
It's kind of women's troubles getting in the way of friends.
It could be, it could work for girls as well.
Yeah.
It's just done with boys, so it's easy.
Because girls talk about boys and boys talk about
Do they?
girls. Yeah. And shopping as well, I've heard.
That's what I've heard,
shoes.
yeah.
And cleaning.
The kids.
Watch out, watch your mouth. Yeah, I hope for you.
As a kind of
What's your name? 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 What's your name?
Do you take the girl's voice from on purpose? Is that it? Or is that my imagination?
No, it is. There's a lot of. Often what happens is there are quite a few songs on the album where it's either like very high singing, or it's kind of been pitch so it sounds more like that. But often what happens, like with Holidays, I kind of came back and had an idea for it. I kind of sat down to sing it, and it was late at night, and I kind of thought, like, oh, I should really get a girl to sing this. And then I thought, I haven't got time. And so you end up doing it yourself. But I think it's kind of, I think especially with that song, it's kind of funny because it's like, it's like if you're a boy and you do an impression of a girl, and it's perhaps a slightly derogatory impression, you kind of go like, so it's got that kind of
We're old school misogynists.
I can tell.
It's all coming out.
On that particular instance, it was just having a few drinks in a pub and coming back quite drunk and then singing.
Get the inspiration.
It was surprisingly easy.
Can you? Well, I thank you very much for your time and your kindness.
Thank you.